The Alberni Valley Airport sits just a few kilometers outside of Port Alberni, a paved airstrip that has served multiple users since it opened in 1993. But this year, the Alberni-Clayoquot Regional District is proposing a runway extension that could increase potential usage.
We're basically 3,900 feet right now. We're looking at putting another 1,000 feet on it, basically bring up to 5,000 feet. That'll bring us into a Code 3C runway. It's basically what we have at Tofino. We have 3 Code 3C runways at Tofino. What that'll allow at this site, it'll allow a larger aircraft with higher approach speeds to come into the site, which are currently restricted.
One of the larger aircraft types is the Hercules C-130, planes which are being acquired by the Colson Group with the intention of converting them into water bombers, an undertaking they would prefer to do in their current Port Alberni location as opposed to California or Singapore.
We're fortunate to have a business that's invested at the airport. They've now invested in additional aircraft that are here on our runways today, new jets, the investment in the Hercules. Those will all benefit from this, absolutely, but it will also be provided to anybody else that wants to invest or utilize our airport on a more regular basis.
Critics of the expansion proposal point out that some of these heavier planes are already on site and have used the airstrip as it is.
That's only on a limited basis. They have to do a risk assessment every time they want to take off or land on the site. It's very weather dependent. Contamination on the surface could be anything from water, could be considered a contaminant, to rubber as well.
But in fact, the Hercules aircraft are only one part of the business plan being made for the expansion. The Code C3 designation for the runway would also allow flights into Tofino to be redirected into Port Alberni when necessary.
In Tofino we have a thing called August, which right now seems to be working a bit longer than August, where our weather conditions are such we'll have sea fog. A lot of the traffic that can't make our field that could come here cannot because the runway surface is too small.
If Port Alberni were able to accommodate those flights, the regional district feels that regular service into the airport would become more likely.
It would be the ACRD Air, the Orca Air, that kind of carrier that would make that first step. So it's important that we have 2 runways that are compatible, because as the West Coast carriers make decisions to increase the size of aircraft, we want something that's compatible here so that they can have year-round service.
But there are other users in the mix, most notably Thunder in the Alberni Valley, the annual drag race event that takes place on the airstrip.
We've been aware of the expansion for a couple of years or more, that they talked about it. Most of us that sit in on the meetings definitely think that they are trying to help us, whether it be actually right on this or in a new venue or in a different spot on this property. We think that they're trying to help us and work with us.
They will certainly coexist in the near future, with the event taking place on the airstrip this August. In the meantime, the Regional District is moving into the alternative approval process for the expansion project. If unopposed, this will allow the Regional District to borrow up to $6 million to finance the expansion.
It's a 32-day period for those that object to sign a petition. If 10% of the qualified electors within the Alberni Valley sign one of those petitions, then the board can't proceed unless they go to referendum first for the approvals for those expenditures.
The full airport project will cost an estimated $7.43 million, and the Regional District has compiled a full business plan to support it. A business plan which is also necessary for their grant applications, which they hope will successfully offset the price tag.
We have 3 applications on the table: the Build Canada Fund, the Strategic Gas Tax Initiative, and now the British Columbia Air Access Program.
Without any grant money taken into account, the airport project will add approximately $18 every year for the next 30 years to the tax bill of the average-sized home in the Alberni Valley. If the grants are received, that amount will be lower.
It's like a highway, water system, sewer systems. It's local government, provincial governments that invest in infrastructure. Without the Regional District making this initiative, it won't happen.
The alternate approval process to approve borrowing of up to $6 million by the Regional District is now underway. Any taxpayers opposed to this have until Wednesday, August the 5th to sign a petition. Forms are available at the Regional District office or online at acrd.bc.ca. The full business plan and more information is also available online. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Nancy Wilmot.